by way of introduction, I know all of you are here because you know who Kevin and Annmarie are, but I just want to tell you like my personal experience with them. Somewhere along the line, somebody sent me a video link to some Renegade Health. I'm sure it was Vicky. She's raising her hand. Happy birthday, Vicky. Sent me a link to a Renegade Health video, and I was immediately hooked into his personality, the way he dispensed information, the 5 to 10 minute hook of it all. Shortly thereafter, I went to the Vibrant Living Expo put on by Sherry and Dan over there at Living Light. Right? And I was standing there, and Kevin walked in, and because I'd been watching Renegade Health for 6 or 8 months, like everyone, I felt like I knew him, and I like pounced on him. I walked up, just started talking to him as if we were like old friends, right? Cornered the guy. He had just walked in. He hadn't even put his bag down. But from that time on, the fact that they take the time to make a personal connection with every person who wants to come up and talk to them makes you want to watch, makes you listen, makes you participate in their forums. It's just an incredible situation that he's created, that they've both created. And then since then, I've actually participated in a 4-month project with him where he did a mentorship program. And I'm not sure if he's going to be doing that again or not, but I highly recommend to anybody watching or listening or anybody in the room, if you ever hear that Kevin's doing his 4-month or whatever he turns it into, not alternative health, but health promoting a mentorship program. It's really what got me to start doing Monday Night Live and start learning how to do the different programs that I use, the Aweber and the Audio Acrobat, and sending out the videos and all the things that I do for just this little project. I really recommend being able to tap into this man's wealth of knowledge. So up until the time he came to my house this weekend, I didn't have a talk topic from him. So I've been calling it the Renegade Health Tour. And now I know it's called High Raw. So now I'm calling it High Raw, the Renegade Health Tour. So here's Kevin and Annmarie.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I want to thank Shea so much for that introduction. It's we've been on tour now for, what, 7 weeks now?
7 weeks.
It's the best one.
Yeah, thank you, Shea.
You know, you can always tell when someone pays attention to what you do because they actually know stuff about you. They don't ask you beforehand. They don't say, "Oh, do you have like a little sheet with like your information?" You know.
I can read off.
Yeah. So we want to thank Cafe Gratitude for allowing us to be here, and we want to thank every single one of you for spending your time tonight here with us, because in today's day and age, there's a lot of pulls at our time. I know this because there's a lot of pulls on my time, but I really respect everyone of you for coming here and hanging out with us tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun, I promise that. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right, good. And Vicky, happy birthday. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about a few things. I'm going to kind of tell you.
What I do is I wind him up first, and then I just let him go. So.
Was that good enough? Wind me a little more.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, good. Can I take my shoes off here? All right. No shirt, no shoes, no service. But I do have my shoes, so I can always, I guess I can play that way. I like to be grounded when I talk here. So anyway, the talk is called High Raw. So what does that mean? Anyone have any idea? A lot of raw. What's that? Yes. All right. Here's what it means. I'll start by telling you my own personal story. I was always into fitness. Absolutely loved fitness. Played football, basketball, and tennis in high school. And my high school tennis coach was seriously into working out because he played football for the New York Giants in the 80s. High school tennis coach, played football. Never figured out quite how that worked, but he made it to the tennis team. And we had the biggest arms for tennis players in our conference. I mean, massive. The guys we'd go to the tennis match, and the guys would look at us like, "Whoa, they got big arms. What are they doing over in Brookfield from Connecticut?" And so what happened was this: always focusing on fitness, but the nutrition side of it was a little bit lacking. How many of you had that experience in your past life? Right? You're all here now at Cafe Gratitude, so I kind of think that the level we're talking at is a little bit more conscious. So before our tennis matches, what we would do is my doubles partner and I, we played doubles, we would go into the school cafeteria. The school cafeteria was actually probably as big as this whole space here. So the Cafe Gratitude, everything over here, and you guys know what they served and all that sort of stuff. But this was after school, so they didn't have all that, those chicken nuggets and all those French fries available. But they had a school store, and it was a wall pretty much the size of that right there. And if you were to look inside of it, I mean, this place, it was like a rainbow of colors, of all different packagings. Twinkies. Twix. You guys remember Twix?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What else was there? There was gum, and there was Mountain Dew. And my doubles partner and I, this is what we would do. We would each buy a pack of Twinkies and a can of Mountain Dew, and we would sit down at the table right next to the school store. We'd talk to our friends as they walked by, and we would eat those Twinkies, and we'd slug down that Mountain Dew. And that was our energy-giving snack before our tennis match. Now, that's not it. I have a confession to make. We would hop into my mom's Caravan after we were done with those Twinkies and that Mountain Dew. And we would open up the back windows. You guys ever had a Caravan or know anyone who had a Caravan? Yeah, the back windows. Roll down all the windows, and we'd drive into the neighborhood, back of our school, and we'd each smoke a cigarette. Oh. I know. I told you it was a confession. And then what we would do is we would come and play our tennis match. Now, we were first in our conference in doubles. But I kind of wonder, would I be speaking to you now? Or would I actually be playing tennis, next to maybe Andre Agassi or something like that? I don't know. Maybe. If I had known some information about nutrition. But let's fast forward to when I got out of college. So I went to college to become a full-time beer-slugging loser. How many of you guys are familiar with me, right? It was either you or you had a friend, right? He was the guy who came home stumbling about 5 o'clock in the morning. Just didn't no idea where he was or where he'd been. That was me. And I kind of stuck with that for a while because I went to college for it. So after college, I graduated as one. And so I got into the real world and became one as well. Just like in college, you major in something and then you become it. So I became a full-time beer slugging loser outside of college. And I started to realize that something was affecting me. That my relationships were starting to decline. That my energy levels were getting awful. That I felt lazy, tired, I was angry, I was in a very bad relationship. I was trying to figure out what was happening. Now, everyone else knew what was happening, right? But I didn't. And so one morning, after a really late night out at the bar, probably 2, 3 in the morning, I woke up. I don't even know if it was morning, to be honest with you. It probably was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I peeled my head off the pillow, literally, and spinning around the room, I thought to myself, I asked myself a specific question. The question was, is there anything better than this? Is there anything better than this? And guess what? I got an answer. And guess what the answer was? Yeah. Yes. And that started my exploration into natural health. Now, I didn't jump into, say, raw food or anything like that right away, because I found that that's quite difficult. I've heard a lot of people who have challenges doing that, and I've encountered a lot of people, and I've talked to a lot of people, and people write to us every day. Hundreds of people write to us every day. How do you stay raw? Well, I kind of wanted to find out, because I knew that it was a pretty important thing to do, or at least to eat some fresh fruits and vegetables. Sounded like a good idea. So what I did was I started to interview every single human being, well, not everyone, but as many as I could, about how you could stay healthy. And so over the last 2 years, specifically, this is, fast forward, over the last 2 years, we started a personal training business, did a whole bunch of other things. Over the last 2 years, I've interviewed almost 200 experts about how to stay healthy. And you know what? I got some really good answers. So who wants to hear some of those answers? All right. Well, I have this principle, and I've never done this with a microphone before. So I'm gonna have to gonna do it like this, but we'll figure it out. You guys don't mind, do you? All right. So here's the deal. I started to write this book because I had all this great information. I wanted to kind of put it all into one place. And lo and behold, I came up with 5 principles. There's literally 100 principles. But if you really kind of narrow it down, I think that these 5 principles are pretty important. And so what I did was I decided to make an acronym for them. You guys know what acronyms are? Like AARP. Everyone's familiar with that one? Well, I decided that I was going to make an acronym. And I know a lot of cool acronyms like SMART. I don't even know what it stands for, but I know it means goals. So that means it's done its job, right? Do you guys know what SMART goals mean?